This man is overweight, but is it his choice? Today I'm gonna investigate the obesity epidemic and find out if fat people are victims or if they're just lazy.
You can expect obese people to be a little bit lazier.
And I'm gonna talk to everyone on both sides of this debate. And I'm just gonna warn you, it gets ugly.
I think parents should be charged with child abuse if their child is obese.
Is obesity a choice?
I believe obesity is a choice.
It is a choice.
Yes, 100%.
No, I don't think it's a choice.
Obesity is not a choice. It is a disease.
Yes,
Why do you think so?
because you know when things start to get out of control and you just keep eating and not stopping. So I definitely feel like it's a choice
Why do you choose to not be obese?
because I like to look good in a dress.
She says it straight. She says it straight.
You want me to be honest?
I don't think it's always a choice. Sometimes with schedules, sometimes people don't know, like they have certain health conditions. Hormone fluctuations can really hurt, especially for women. No shade, but men.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just joking.
No shade, but men, like my fiance, for example, he can eat anything and burn it off within like a week or two. But for women, we're meant to have kids, so we do hold fat.
What would you classify yourself as?
It's that gray area. Like I'm healthy, but I'm definitely obese. I need to lose weight.
What are you doing to fix that?
I'm here.
Let's go. She's grinding. She's grinding right now. Do you think that airlines should charge more for overweight people taking up 2 seats, or should that second seat be free?
Free? Is that a joke? Nah, not free for the plus size, man. Why are you getting treated? You gotta work that off, man. Like,
Do you think they should charge?
yes, charge, bro.
If you're taking up 2 seats, you're gonna pay for those 2 seats because it's your choice to be overweight or obese in that sense. So why should an airline give you a discount or some type of rate just because you're choosing? Absolutely, you should not be able to get a free seat just because you're right.
I would love it if they did give a second seat free.
So are you on team free?
I'm on team free only because right now it benefits me. But at the same time, I do understand that just because it's nice doesn't mean necessarily that it's something that I'm entitled to. I mean, but they don't make it easier on you, and the fact that they make things so expensive and the fact that they keep taking space away. Over the years, they keep making things more and more cramped, which makes things more difficult.
Opinions are pretty split down the middle, so I wanted to know what an expert thought. Dr. Mike Israetel, pleasure. Great to see you. Is obesity a choice?
No. If you come up to people who have made a choice, let's say to wear a purple shirt today.
Okay.
They looked at 2 shirts in their closet, blue, purple. And you come up to them, you go, I got a magic pill that'll turn your shirt blue. They're gonna be like, I'm good, I actually chose purple. That's how you know they made an active choice. How many people can you legitimately come up to on the street and you say, hey, I have a pill that just completely eliminates all of your body fat. You're gonna take it, you're gonna just like zap into a lean person's body. How many of them are gonna be like, nah, I wanna be like this? Sumo wrestlers and almost nobody else. So by that very, very direct reasoning, obesity is not a choice.
Everyone was comfortable sharing their controversial opinions when they were alone with me, but I wondered what would happen if they had to confront each other. I got 3 fit influencers together with 3 fat influencers to see if there's a common ground on this controversial topic. Is obesity a choice?
I do think that it's a choice. I do not agree with being obese in any way, shape, or form. I don't think it's a good thing in any way, shape, or form.
You can't argue physics. Calories in, calories out. That's a scientific fact. But there's other hurdles that I've had to overcome with genetics that make it so much harder than the average person.
Just by looking at you, I can see you're lazy and lack discipline in that aspect. You know, I know just from talking to you guys that you are, influencers, you're doing bigger things and, probably have good work ethic when it comes to that, because we all understand what that entails. When that's all the data that you have, there's a judgment made, and, for you guys, that it's a negative one from healthier people physically.
Do you think that being obese means that you're lazy?
So the average analysis of 100 people, obese versus not obese, is the only difference between them, randomized sample from the United States. By a small margin, you're gonna find more lazy people in the obese section. Because for any given level of food drive, which you assume is kind of average, if you're a little bit lazier, you get much heavier. If you're a little bit more diligent, you could say, I'm gonna make healthier, better choices, really keep my weight under control. Probably most of obesity, laziness is not an explanatory factor, but on the margins, yeah, on average, not for any individual person, on average, you can expect obese people to be a little bit lazier.
I went so many years of my life making negative decisions that in turn made me obese. I would have people say to me, let's go outside and do something active. And I'd be like, no, I don't want to.
Heaviest I ever used to weigh was 310 pounds.
And what are you weighing now?
235.
So you've lost almost 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I've lost about 65 pounds.
Is it ever okay to be obese?
Yeah, it's okay to be obese by default. Like, you know what I'm saying? You look good to me, girl. Hey, any obese girls out there, you feel me? I'm married, but my wife and I, the bed is really big. But what was the question again?
To me, it's crazy that people don't prioritize their health. If you are so, overweight and unhealthy that you have incarcerated yourself in your own body and you literally can't do anything, like what good is money? What good is status? What good is anything without your health?
Believe me, I feel it. I mean, there's some days when I'm getting dressed to go out and like the way that I envision the outfit in my mind and when I put it on, it's two completely different things.
As influencers, we're all kind of privileged. I can afford a gym membership, I can afford nutritious food. What about the person who lives in a food desert? They can't afford a gym membership. They're working 60 hours a week trying to support their family.
Do you think those people are obese?
Myself personally, I used to live in environments where I didn't have access to, the resources as far as proper nutrition, so I had to literally go out my way to go get the proper nutrition. I refuse to be a victim of my environment, so at the end of the day, you gotta want it.
Do you think a person's weight is entirely their responsibility, or are there other factors?
Something can be entirely your responsibility, even though there are other factors at play. Like let's say a truck drives by and splashes me with dirty water. It's still my responsibility to get my shirt cleaned, even though it wasn't my fault. So obesity can be entirely not your fault. Usually it's not much your fault. Like you just have dog genetics for being fucking hungry and wanting snacks all the time, and that's just a real thing. The responsibility for your body belongs entirely to you. So it is absolutely your responsibility, but also doesn't have to be necessarily your fault.
Did you know that if you go to Gymshark.com and use code Jesse10, you'll get 10% off your order?
That's live, I did know that.
If you want to, you could save 10% looking absolutely beautiful in their high quality clothing. Code Jesse10, baby. Is the word fat offensive?
No. I do want to have the caveat for a lot of people who are overweight, fat, whatever word you want to use. There's trauma. We can talk about sensitivity or not. I'm not sensitive to it anymore, but I used to be. Society has turned that into a negative word. It is a descriptor word. I am a fat person. I've modeled for Columbia. I've done stuff for Eddie Bauer and other big companies, REI. I get in my DMs people who are larger than me or plus size like me or fat like me saying, thank you so much for putting yourself out there because you put yourself, I saw you in those clothes out on the trail, in the gym. I got the motivation to go do it.
I totally disagree with the plus size models and all that stuff because I think that it is advocating for unhealthy lifestyles and choices and it's kind of normalizing it and saying it's okay to be this fat. I look at it purely as it's unhealthy.
So I got perspectives from fit people, fat people, and people in the middle of their weight loss journey. But I wanted to hear from someone who experienced both extremes.
My name is Simon Fontaine. I was 372 pounds and now I'm a bodybuilder.
So you were once a very big guy.
Yes.
And now you're a literal bodybuilder. You went on stage, you won.
I won the overall summer shredding male
transformation class, right? And
the whole show.
You did?
The whole show.
Oh my gosh.
I had to change who I was completely. I had to kill my old self to be reborn into who I am today.
From day one, you stated your goal?
Yeah, I stated my goal. I'm gonna pick a date and I'm gonna pick and attend next year a bodybuilding show.
No. No.
Yes.
You're not.
I'm going to. And then I stayed up 99.999% consistent. I cheated once my entire
What
journey.
made you make this change?
There was one very specific moment that happened. I turned around in bed and I was out of breath.
Wow.
I woke up, turned around in bed, I was like, oh, this can't be it.
How did you feel about yourself before you made this transformation? When you looked in the mirror?
That's a hard one, and I get emotional sometimes just thinking about it.
Okay.
But I hated myself, and
That's okay.
I mean, like, I would avoid mirrors, and you don't really realize how bad that is until you get there. I used to make all these like self-deprecating jokes where I'll be dead before I'm 40. I'll be dead before I'm 50. And I didn't care, like I was fine. Like, oh, I don't need to work on my retirement fund, I'll be dead. Like it's all these little things. I don't do that anymore. But back then it was such an intense lack of self-care.
How did you feel about yourself when you were 310 pounds?
I mean, I hated myself. I actually got diagnosed with high blood pressure. That was the first time I ever had to be on medication.
I hated how I looked. I didn't have any self-confidence. I felt miserable all the time. I was super depressed. My feet would hurt, my legs would hurt. I would lay down and have what I thought were growing pains, but they definitely were from being obese. I found that I would easily sweat just like sweating all the time.
Like body temperature is higher than usual?
Yes, absolutely. And once I started working out and moving my body every day and paying attention to what I was putting in my body, those negative feelings that I had towards myself, they disappeared.
And how do you feel about yourself now when you look in the mirror?
Oh God, I'm excited to wake up every morning. You know how crazy that is? I'm excited to wake up. I'm excited to meal prep. I'm excited to go to the gym. I have a girlfriend now. It's like my entire life just kind of came together so perfectly. And becoming this new person made me want to be alive.
The one part of your transformation, the most controversial part of your transformation, the weight loss drugs.
Yes, what would you like to know? I'm an open book.
So this is all medically prescribed to you. You're allowed to have all of this.
Yes.
Okay.
All of this is completely legal. I feel like the biggest issue is just there's a lot of misinformation online about what is a peptide, which is just a branch amino acid that's already in your body.
Yeah.
These are natural things.
And this all helps you lose weight as well. Along with the hard work, the cardio, the meal prep.
Let me iterate, and this is a very important thing.
Okay.
That I lost my first 105 pounds in 6 months completely naturally.
Wow.
It was essentially my choice because I wanted to see how optimized I could become and how far I could push this to try to achieve what I believe now is to be the most insane transformation on the internet.
Yeah, honestly it is.
His transformation would have been even more insane if he had used Gorilla Mind. My favorite products are Gorilla Mind energy drinks, Gorilla Mode Nitric, Gorilla Mode Creatine Monohydrate, and of course, don't forget to use code Jesse for 10% off your order at gorillamind.com.
Would you say that using the weight loss drugs is cheating?
See, that's the thing. To cheat, you need to be cheating a set of rules. And who's setting the rules right now? You have these rooms full of incredibly intelligent psychologists, graphic designers, arguing over the size of a font, the location of it, and its color in an ad, spending billions of dollars trying to feed us this food. So who's really cheating here? Is it my little brain that can't fight billions of dollars of ads? Or is it this little tool that makes me feel full for a bit longer?
Do we think fat shaming is good or bad?
I think it's bad.
I think it's bad as well. I think it's good.
Is it ever appropriate to shame someone for their weight?
It's usually highly ineffective. For some people, it'll have an effect. A very small fraction of the population, that's the thing that gets them going and gets them to change. Shaming people for a whole lot of shit, it's probably pretty fucking lame for adults.
I love my little brother, and like I was fat shaming him my whole life, you know, trying to get him to push himself to be healthier, hold himself accountable, make better choices. It's not healthy, and I want him to be around and live a long time.
But is that the best way to go about it though?
Bingo.
Is the question.
Bingo.
Well, I found that the best route of action to help your friends is to lead by example. You get what I'm saying? If they're your friends and they know that you love them and y'all have like a relationship that is in accordance with love, and they see you leading a healthy life, they're gonna want to follow you.
Is there no value in the truth?
But it's also in delivery.
I agree.
So I don't agree with fat shaming at all. I'm a very positive person, so I try to approach people in that way. I would try to reinforce that fat loss in the most positive way I can, but still let them know, hey, cut the shit and get to what you need to do, because at the end of the day, no one's gonna do it for you. Excuses are what the world is made up of nowadays, and I feel like a lot of the reasons why people don't succeed is because they blame outside factors, other people for why they aren't succeeding, and because they're not putting the time in.
I mean, I've definitely been fat shamed. I've been obese most of my life. I've definitely gotten a lot of comments, a lot of jokes.
I'm not going to fat shame anyone. I think that's bullying.
And I'm not saying that I advocate for bullies, and it sounds like all of you have been like physical, or or harassed or bullied about your weight, right?
Sure.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
yes.
And I'll never be that guy ever. I was fat shaming him my whole life. I think the softness of our society as a whole has led to more and more people being obese. Everyone gets a participation trophy, that kind of stuff. I regularly go 10 days without any food, just for the mental toughness and discipline of it.
During the debate, everyone was mostly respectful. But as they got more comfortable with each other, they started to get more honest. Things got out of control.
That's why I really can't stand the mental health stuff, because I'm like, you guys don't have real problems. Like, suck it the f up.
There are people killing themselves.
I think parents should be charged with child abuse if their child is obese. It's a first world problem. I've been to third world countries. I've never met anyone there battling with mental health problems or obesity because they have real problems. You guys are arguing for obese people, and I would say you guys are.
I'm not arguing for obese people. Let's make that very clear with that.
Okay, well,
it's
with
just
your
people in general.
At the end of the day, you are choosing what you refuse to change.
If you want to change, you can make a change. Nobody gonna help you but yourself.
All the resources that we have, like it definitely is a choice. We live in the future. You know, we have the whole world in our pockets.
When you are eating from a sustainable approach, then it makes it so that you're able to still enjoy those foods that you like without going overboard. And that's something I've learned a lot in the past few years about watching a lot of different YouTube videos. Like I watched some of yours too.
Yeah, dude, I didn't realize. Thank you. Subscribe, road to 10 mil, let's go.
I had a health bout a few years ago. I have been meaning to get into health fitness a little earlier, but delayed because of work and things of that sort, but I'm getting into it now.
Do you mind if I ask what that health bout was?
Oh, leukemia.
Really?
Yes.
Are you still dealing with that?
It's clear.
Dude, my man.
Yes, sir.
You know, no excuse. You're in here. I love that. I love seeing that.
Yes. Real growth only happens when you get tired of your own Until somebody really reaches that, you will never be able to make them make the change. Now, when they hit that moment, embrace it. It is such a magical place to be.
What I took away from Simon's story and everyone else that I talked to was that you can be whoever you want to be, as long as you focus on your personal growth and always strive to be your best. And as always, stay relentless. Peace.